What is good, everybody? So I wanted to do kind of an update video because we got a lot of stuff going on right now, and I just kind of wanted to bring you up to speed. These last couple videos I've posted have been something to do with products and fishing and hunting. So here we are. It is October 20 something. We'll just go with 20 something. So I just fished my second to last Delaware Power Sports tournament. Thumbs up, I finished in the money. I finished second with 41 inches. It was a tough bite. But I did finish in the money. Thumbs up. I didn't record. I didn't film. I'm kind of upset that I didn't, and I'm kind of upset that I'm not upset that I didn't. That I did not film. I really, you know, I had a goal. I wanted to win a tournament by the end of the year. I still have one tournament left that I can do that. But I really wanted to focus on fishing. So I'm sorry. Sorry that I didn't film that one. Let me tell you, it wasn't much to see. I caught 3 fish in the first like 15 minutes of being there. Caught maybe a dozen 6 or 7 inch fish as I moved through the day. And that was really it. And that was really the story for just about everybody else. But I did, and I did well. So here's where we are. So I got one tournament left. So, you know, we're gonna do our best to do well in that tournament. You know, shout out to Kyle. He finished 3rd yesterday. That's 2 or 3 times he's finished in the money. So good for him. Zane right outside of the mix. You know, it was an interesting tournament. So today, you know, we're back to prepping for deer. We're back to prepping for duck season. I got a couple, you know, I gotta go check on the other property that I used to hunt at, the one that's in a couple videos where I've missed some deer. We're checking on the one that I shot a prep vlog for about a week or 2 ago. We're really just trying to get our ducks in order. That way when fishing's done, we can move directly into it. Now the interesting part is duck season opens up on Friday, and I've taken the whole season off. But and now mind you, like most of you, I have to take my vacations in advance. So I look at the seasons and I take them off. The problem is my local school district that my kids go to and that my wife works for changed their bell schedules. So basically it means all the schools start at a different time. Not that big of a deal, I get it, but what it has done is rendered it so that I am responsible for taking the kids in. So, you know, I kind of hit on that a little bit earlier in another video, but at the end of the day, it's going to position me better to deer hunt, but less likely to duck hunt, if that all makes sense. And we'll get into that because I'm sure I'm going to have plenty of time in a deer stand to talk about. So let's talk about what we got to do. We got to go check that property. We got to check my Little Creek property. At some point in time, you know, our mission for this year, or my mission, is to film somebody shooting a deer. Start to finish, just true filming someone shooting a deer. So I think to do that, I gotta get some stuff. I gotta get a hang-on stand to put over top of one of Kyle's stands. Yeah, so there's just a lot going on. So stick with me. This is what this video is gonna be. Me popping into a couple properties, talking about them, getting the decoys ready for the Saturdays that I can duck hunt. Yep, here we go. I'm gonna be a weekend warrior. But stick with us, and we'll see you on the flip side. So as we talk, today is come out and check on properties, really just do some research and see what we're working with. So right now I am at what we commonly refer to the honey hole, my hole. If you look through the videos, this is the one where I missed 2 deer at last year. I haven't been out yet this year with fishing, but this is really just me coming out to take a gander on what it is and what we're working with this year. Man, a lot of time spent back here. So in true fashion, you know, trying to collect inventory. This is actually the one that, if you go back a couple videos, this is the one where my dad shot his deer out of. There's our blind. It's the one that he shot it out of. Looks exactly the same as it did last year. Oh man. Man, we've tried everything with this thing. You can actually see some remnants of a food plot we put in a couple years ago that still comes back. Problem is the canopy is just too tall or too thick to really get something to grow back here. We've tried all the no sun, throw and grow, you name it, we've tried it, and it really hasn't taken back here. I still have a 2-man stand up there. I put that up because that's the best place for it to be, and to be honest, it's yielded nothing. I think we both have hunted it multiple times, and nothing beats the blind, really, at this point, especially back here. The blind just, it does it. I tell you what I'm thinking about doing this year. So I shot a deer out of here a couple years back from a climber. I've actually shot 2 deer from climbers back here, because there are 2 absolutely perfect climbing trees. If you run a climber, then you understand that, you know, when a tree necks down like this, really a pain to set that climber up. But I have 2 that remain up until about 20-25 feet, just a perfect circumference. So I think for next week, that's going to be in the cards. We are this year, which is interesting. We normally get a couple bigger deer that move through here, but they normally stop. They're here for a few days, get our hopes up, and then they blow out. This year we have a couple decent ones. Once again, look at that old video, you'll see we got a couple decent ones that remain. Now they survived the muzzleloader season, so that's good, but they're still coming through. So I think that's going to be the challenge. So stick with us. We got one more to go hit. We got to go hit my Little Creek property, or my other property, and check on it. I got corn to put out there, and then we'll touch base. You can see it's about 2 weeks from now. They've eaten up 100 pounds on corn already. Really don't see any predominant trails that I can definitively tell they're using to come in here. I don't know. I don't know where they're coming from. I assume they're still coming from over here. Huh. Well, we know they're here. Let's get back home. Let's get to the camera. Interesting thing though, is this is the second time I've pulled a card from here. Now, there's a running joke about this place, but this place eats. Literally takes perfectly working trail cameras and convinces them to stop working. I have now taken 3 cameras, brought them in here and set them up, and either they take pictures the first time, don't take pictures again, never take pictures. I mean, we could just go down through a laundry list of things. So I have pulled this camera already. I pulled the first one. They had eaten 100 pounds of corn already. Something ate 100 pounds of corn, and no pictures. So this is a brand new memory card. So I'll put a brand new memory card in. This time, checked everything. Everything seemed right on the camera. So we'll see if this one's got anything. And that'll really help us delineate where we're gonna put our focus for the next week and a half that we're on vacation. So who knows? So we'll see. Stick with us. I think our next stop now is start working on some duck decoys. So from all that, and I understand I did a nice, what made it look like 6-second time lapse, now we have an idea of where we are. So my dozen oversized black ducks, about a dozen and a half, so a dozen mallards, half a dozen puddlers, 3 spinning wings. So now I know where I'm at. You did see our teal experiment from Steve last year, but I got 2 dozen Cabela's Northern Flight teal too that aren't rigged, so got to figure out what we're going to do with those. But all I got left to do now is pull out the goose floaters and check those and make sure all the weights and lines are still good and nothing's tangled up. You know, ideally I wanted to get an idea where I was. You know, at the end of the season we just kind of threw everything in bags and took off, but this will give me an idea, and that way when we go out everything will be ready to go. So stick with us. We're going to close this day out eventually at some point, so we'll see you soon.